What's going on, everybody? Christian Hernandez here with SVG. We're here with another edition of our SVG Sports Tech On Demand, talking about all the news and announcements from the industry over the past couple of months. I am pleased to be joined by Richard Harvey. He's the Director of Sales and IP Business Development for Fujitsu. Richard, how are you doing, sir? And how's your year going for you so far?
Well, doing pretty good. I'm happy to see things are starting to open up. I'm looking forward to getting out of the house a little more than just to get the mail.
Right. I think everyone is starting to kind of creep out of their caves and enjoy the sunlight and have a little bit more of a normal life. So that's good to hear. In terms
For some of us, it's more scary than the others.
Exactly. Yeah. Baby steps. We gotta crawl before we walk, before we run. In terms of on the Fujitsu side, Richard, if I'm someone who's never heard of Fujitsu and this is the first time I'm encountering them, a quick overview of the company, some of the goals that the company's looking to achieve in the live sports industry, and some of the recent products that have been released over the last year or so.
Sure. Fujitsu is actually quite a large company, 130,000 or so employees, over 100 countries. Here in the United States, we have a number of entities. I actually am under the Fujitsu Network Communications Group, and my group specifically looks at media products, video compression, cloud-based type stuff. But of course, with Fujitsu, you'll also find computers, supercomputers, printers. If you go to your local supermarket, you'll find the point of sale terminals that say Fujitsu on them. So we do a little bit of everything.
Right. Okay.
So over the last year, we've been looking at what our customers want, listening to them, talking to them, and this little bit of a slowdown has given us an opportunity to do a couple of things. So we have released a number of upgrades for additional audio configurations, network security, end-to-end latency, and of course, again, as I mentioned, I'm part of that video group, so H.265 performance in general we've been improving upon. We also have several media-focused solutions for 2021 that we're looking to release in 2021, including an updated version of our very popular IP920 encoder. They're very popular. Most of our customers have at least one, and now we're going to have an updated version of that. We're looking at harnessing new technologies to meet the customer's needs, 5G, HEVC solutions, and we're targeting specifically for the video side, not only the REMI applications for like sports, but new applications to extend the reach of media and sports groups to new and innovative ways.
Right. Okay. If you had to think of a recent event in the past couple of months or to the year, what do you think is the best one that would exemplify and showcase Fujitsu's technologies in kind of a live event setting?
Well, it just so happens one just happened.
Okay.
So it's fresh on my mind. So what's interesting is our corporate purpose. Every company has their mottos and things they try and live by. Right. Our corporate purpose is to make the world more sustainable by building trust in society through innovation. And what better way to do that than to educate people? Right. So a great example is on March 18th in Hiroshima Prefecture, outside of urban areas, as you know, getting sports instruction or any kind of instruction can be difficult and expensive. The mountainous and island areas in Japan are actually a really good example of that. It's extremely difficult for them to get to the urban areas to get any type of, any type of instruction, but specifically sports. Right. So the Hiroshima Prefecture held a remote basketball class with coaches of the Hiroshima Dragonflies, who I've been told have been promoted to B1 First Division. I'm going to look that up and really understand what that is, but they're calling it Dragonfly Fever in Japan. It's a huge team and everyone's excited about it. So Fujitsu had partnered with some other companies, and this event was conducted in the Hiroshima Sandbox. And before you ask, what is the Hiroshima Sandbox?
Yes.
It's actually a project in Hiroshima Prefecture where companies and universities get to test concepts of technology with the goal of developing new innovative ways of doing things, and of course to develop the talent to go along with that. So some of the technology we used was the Fujitsu IP HE950 codec, which many of your viewers, my customers, know the product very well. A 5G link, mobile edge computing, which is a category all unto itself, and the Docomo Open Innovation Cloud. They were the main pieces. So not only did these students get professional instruction, they did so via a 4K 360-degree virtual reality link with professional coaches. So the links were bidirectional, so students and instructors could communicate and view each other's movements like they were standing in the same facility.
Right.
This allowed for coaches to determine areas that needed improvement in real time. So a lot more engaging than a one directional link where they have no idea how the instruction was received or if it was even acted upon. They can actually see it happening in real time.
Right.
So the students also, just to add to that,
Sure.
can review their performance later, increasing the value of the training. So when they go home, they can pull this up and, they were trying to do a dunk shot or something. I'm hoping that's basketball. I'm not really a basketball guy. I'll admit that now. Pretty sure dunking's part of it.
Yes.
But they get to see themselves doing it and study it some more. So again, repetitive looking at it and understanding what was taught to them. So a post-event survey actually showed that both students and instructors found this method to be very effective. By using this advanced technology to bridge the gaps, Fujitsu and his partners demonstrated that even in remote areas, you can get high quality professional training while creating opportunities for revenue growth.
Right. Okay. That dialogue, I'm sure, was you mentioned a key thing. Instead of just being a very one-way receptive type of experience, because it's, both ways, like you and I are speaking right now, it becomes a more valuable experience and they're able to learn in real time. So I think that helps a lot.
And people like me who can be a little slow, you get to ask the questions a few extra times.
Richard, last question before I let you go. The pandemic has unfortunately impacted a lot of parts of our industry and in the entire world in general. But when it comes to the company and the industry at large, how do you think the pandemic affected the industry? And on a brighter tone, how do you see the company and the industry adapting as we end up moving forward out of the pandemic?
Well, we know COVID's caused a lot of pain everywhere.
Right.
Here in the U.S. market, I have customers who they've just been surviving the last year, trying to figure out where to go next. The good news is it's also offered us opportunities to be innovative and do new things. So as with a lot of companies, Fujitsu shifted remote work as much as possible to protect its employees and customers. I mentioned earlier, we have 132,000 plus employees in 100 countries.
Mm-hmm.
It was not easy. So being a member of a number of organizations, I'm looking out and seeing we're going to get back to the trade shows and the in-person meetings, right? It's the best way to exchange ideas and build relationships. I have customers, we're just waiting to be allowed to get in the facility so we can go play with some of the new technology. Right. But is it going to go away totally? I don't think so. I think we're going to see a lot of the virtual still hanging around. It'll be maybe in addition to some of those live events for people who couldn't travel. So the SVG events over the last year have been fantastic. I've loved them. It made me feel like I actually left the house for a little while. The ability to go back and also see the files that you post afterwards have been great. It let me confirm I heard what I thought I heard, or in many cases, it confirmed I did not hear what I thought I heard. So it was really nice to be able to go back and do that again. So Fujitsu was always looking at better ways to connect people. Mm-hmm. Even if there's no pandemic, we're always looking for that. As we talked about with the Dragonflies and the basketball training, the pandemic didn't stop them from going to the urban areas. It was the distance and the ability to travel there. Right. So I think we're looking more and more into that. And if we could provide a high fidelity interactive link, it opens up more opportunities for sports, concerts, cultural events. And let's be honest, I'm going to geek out for a moment. I watch the World Pipe Band Championship over the internet every year because I can't get to Scotland. It's just, that's the way it is.
Right.
For some reason, none of the US broadcasters are carrying the World Bagpipe Championships. I haven't figured that one out yet. Now, if the BBC put a 360-degree 4K camera with surround sound in the circle at Glasgow Green so I can stand in the circle for the performance and transport me there, I'd pay a lot of money for that. Yeah. Probably more than my wife would approve. Now, if the BBC's listening, call me. Okay, we can figure this out.
Awesome. You're right. Glass half full mentality in the pandemic. It's opening doors for opportunities to kind of still connect. So even if there was a pandemic, there would be, more opportunities to enjoy some things. Richard,
the pandemic just forced us to do it a little faster than we'd like.
Exactly. Richard, I appreciate the time, sir. Best of luck the rest of 2021. Hopefully we get to see each other in person soon, but if not, we'll be in touch and enjoy the rest of the year.
Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you soon.